Good afternoon. Let's do that again. Good afternoon. Great. So I am Dr. Nicole Reeves, and as Chief Academic Officer for the college, it is my privilege to welcome you to Wake Technical Community College's Spring 2025 Commencement Ceremony. At this time, please join me in recognizing our distinguished faculty. I'd like to ask everyone, if you are able, to please stand. At this time, I am honored to present our candidates for graduation from the college's academic divisions. Will the faculty, graduates, and guests please remain standing and join me in recognizing our platform party, led by our academic mace bearer, Byron Latil. It is now my pleasure to introduce Dr. Scott Rawls, President of Wake Technical Community College. Dr. Rawls.
Thank you, Dr. Reeves, and welcome. If you'll please remain standing for the national anthem. Our national anthem is performed by Joanna Sewa, who performed earlier at our first graduation as a student, but now she's a Wake Tech alumna because she graduated in our last graduation. So we're pleased to welcome our Wake Tech Idol winner, Joanna Sewa, for the presentation, and also the presentation of the colors by the Wake Tech Honor Guard. Will the Sergeant of the Honor Guard please advance and present the colors?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you to our honor guard and to Joanne. That was wonderful. And you all may be seated. And now I'd like to call on our Wake Tech Student Government Association President, Silas Johnson, for a few remarks. Silas.
Thank you, Dr. Ross. Good afternoon, everyone. All of you have worked hard to make it here today, and all your efforts and your determination have brought you to this moment. You've worked hard and strived for success, and here's the result. Be proud of what you've done and what you will do. Remember to work hard to reach your goals and rally your determination to keep going. Have a wonderful graduation. Thank you.
Thank you, Silas. Graduates and guests, there's some people here that I would like to ask you to help us in recognizing today. Seated on stage behind me are distinguished members of the college's Board of Trustees. We have with us Mr. Walter Davenport and Miss Linda Coleman. If they would please stand, and let's give them a round of applause. Also seated on stage are Executive Vice Presidents Dr. Gail Green and Dr. Nicole Reeves, along with our provost and deans who will be introduced later in the program. Now, there may be members of the Wake County and North Carolina State Government with us today. We appreciate their support and welcome them to today's graduation. And we're also honored to have many first responders and military veterans among us. We thank you for your service to our country and our community. Thank you for being here and for honoring us with your presence. And of course, we want to mention the great, amazing faculty and staff here at the college. And finally, we must remember that for most of you, many of you, you probably would not be sitting here today if it were not for the love and support of your family and friends, many of whom are here to watch you today in Conlon Hall across this stage. So let's take a minute to recognize all these guests with a nice round of applause. It's certainly true that many of our graduates, many of you have had the love, the support of your family and friends all during your academic journey. They, along with your instructors, your advisors, and many people at Wake Tech have been encouraging you and reinforcing your decision to seek the degree and diploma which you have just completed. And as I look out over this group right now, I'm reminded that many of you succeeded in spite of challenges that crossed your paths along the way. In the community college world, we sometimes talk about how life can sometimes get in the way. The path from submitting your application for admission to graduation is rarely a straight line. And we know it's difficult for many of you to have juggled real life, real world, real college all at the same time. So I'd like to take just a minute to acknowledge that for a lot of you, it took tremendous effort to be where you are today. So I'm going to call out some groups and ask you to stand and remain standing, if you will, when I call out the different groups. So if you're a parent who is earning a degree today, would you please stand up? If you are the first in your family to finish college, to graduate from college, will you please stand up? If you are a military veteran and then before attending college, will you please stand up? If you held down a job while completing your degree, will you please stand up? And keep standing. If your program included clinicals, work-based learning, or apprenticeship which you accomplished, please stand up and just stay standing. You're fine. Here's the last one. And finally, if you had to overcome moments of self-doubt, pick yourself up, or after making a mistake, or challenge yourself to keep moving forward during this whole time, will you please stand up? Ultimately, you had to make it here today, and you did it, and we see you, and we know how hard you've worked, and we just want you to know how proud we are of each of you. Let's all give them a round of applause as we start this ceremony. You may be seated. Now, like so many of you, our student speaker overcame doubts and challenges along the way before he settled into his academic goal. But he didn't just settle while he was here, he led the way. And along the way, he became a leader with a lot of heart and a great sense of humor. You can read about him a little bit in your program. Some of you will know him, but right now, I'd like for all of you to help me in welcoming our graduation speaker, your fellow graduate, William Guevara. William.
Good afternoon, students, faculty, family, and friends. It is a pleasure to welcome you to the 2025 graduation here at Wake Tech. I am honored to have the opportunity to speak at the graduation for the ETST and the IT division. For those who don't know me, I am William Guevara, and for those who do, I hope you've enjoyed my speeches over the last 2 years. And if not, you'll be happy to hear this might be my last one, but for those who want to hear more of my voice, of course, there will be more. I would like to begin by saying Wake Tech has been a blessing for me. It has provided a welcoming atmosphere, teachers and staff who take time to understand your challenges, and a community that is open-minded, always willing to help. All of these aspects are key elements that I have set out in 2021. My story starts much like yours. As a confused and lost student, just trying to get through and finish classes. After a few months, I had received an offer letter about being a student ambassador. At first, I had many questions. Why was I chosen to be a student ambassador? What did it mean to be a student ambassador? And I took the letter to my success transfer teacher. And I asked her, what did it mean? She explained the responsibilities and roles that I would have to take on as a student ambassador. However, she encouraged me to explore different avenues in student government. My initial response was to question if I could fulfill the roles. I was anxious. My teacher reassured me that my anxiety were signs of great sense of responsibility and self-awareness. With those words, I decided to embrace the opportunity to pursue a role of vice presidency in student government. This moment changed my experience here at Wake Tech. I ran a rigorous campaign to be chosen as vice president, and my opponent took their loss with grace and dignity. But ignore the fact that I ran unopposed. Over the years, I've been evolving as a person, but so has my degree program. While in the engineering program, I discovered I had a preference for hands-on experience and learning. And yet this program was more theoretical. I began to wonder if this was the right path. And this led me to explore new programs, and ultimately, I landed in an architecture program. There, I learned valuable skills that not only aided me in my educational goals, but also my personal development. However, I still felt drawn back to the engineering program. And that which led me to the mechanical engineering technology program. This program allowed me to learn through hands-on experience, but also achieve my goal of supporting my family. Through times here, classes completed, I achieved many things. I successfully ran for student president, this time did opposed, and I became a lab technician here at Wake Tech. I received a Dwight O'Ryan Award, Student Achievement, and the title of Outstanding Student of the Year, along with nominations of academic excellence. All this while maintaining high academic standing. However, the greatest honor has been to be given this chance to give this speech, with all of you in attendance. While the accomplishments mentioned are significant, they did not come without challenges. Behind every achievement, there were sleepless nights, unanswered questions, and demanding assignments. Yet every challenge conquered only sweetened the fruits of my labor. I would like to conclude by expressing my gratitude for a few individuals who have helped me to reach my goals. I would like to thank my advisor, Ms. Muffy, who has been a mentor for me since the day I met her. She has provided me with the tools and resources for me to succeed. I appreciate my teachers who have shown immense patience throughout the years. And a heartfelt thank you to the student government for the invaluable learning experience. And of course, the copious amounts of free food. And additionally, I'd like to thank Willow and Damonis for their support. And most importantly, my mom and dad. I always hope to make you proud. A mi madre y mi padre, espero que siempre haga ustedes orgulloso de mí. Gracias por los sacrificios que has hecho para mí. Thank you for your time. I wish everyone a prosperous, happy, fulfilling life. Enjoy your day, and remember, you don't have to go home afterwards, but you can't stay here. Congratulations, you've earned this moment.
Thank you, William. Hey, if you thought he was joking, we have 2 more graduations today, so yeah, you can't stay here, but please celebrate. Thank you, William. On South Salisbury Street in downtown Raleigh is a large mural that pays homage to a hometown hero. The subject of the mural is the successful basketball coach at North Carolina Central University, a Raleigh native, Lavelle Moten. And Coach Moten says that his favorite part of that mural in downtown Raleigh is in the bottom right-hand corner where a rose is depicted growing out of concrete. The rose symbolizes the challenges that Coach Moten faced as a child, particularly the extreme poverty that he experienced. But he grew up and overcame those challenges to succeed as an adult. The rose depiction comes from a poem entitled "The Rose That Grew from Concrete" by the late Tupac Shakur, who is primarily known as a legendary hip-hop artist. The poem goes like this. Did you hear about the rose that grew from a crack in the concrete? Proving nature's laws wrong, it learned to walk without having feet. Funny it seems, but by keeping its dreams, it learned to breathe fresh air. Long live the rose that grew from concrete when no one else cared. Now, Coach Moten says that the thing about a rose that grows from concrete is that perhaps its blooms may not be as bright as some of the roses in the rose garden. Perhaps its stalk may not be as straight. Perhaps its leaves may not be as full as some of the roses in the rose garden. Those roses in the rose garden, some of them are stunningly beautiful, says Coach Moten. But when you see a rose that grows from concrete, it always takes your breath away. I ran into my friend Lavelle Moten last weekend, and I just mentioned to him that I was thinking about using that in speaking to you at today's Wake Tech graduation ceremonies. And he told me he thought that appropriate because he knew many of you had faced either challenges like his or other challenges along the line, along the way to this point today. Now, graduation ceremonies like this one are often like today's commencement emphasizes the beginning of a transition in the graduate's life. But I've always felt that a Wake Tech graduation is much more than a commencement, just a beginning. It's also very much a celebration and a testament to breaking through the concrete that many of you have overcome to walk across this stage in just a few minutes. For some of you, the concrete may have been similar to those faced by Coach Moten. The economic challenges, extreme economic challenges. A few of you were even challenged by homelessness. For you, this ceremony is more than a commencement. It's a celebration of your strength and a testament of your resilience. Albert Schweitzer once said, "One who gains strength by overcoming obstacles possesses the only strength which can overcome adversity." Now, many of you, as we just saw, you worked and/or helped raise children while also being a college student, what some refer to in technical terms as non-traditional college students. Those of you wearing red, white, and blue braids right now, you served our country in the military before your time as a college student, and we thank you for your service. And others began your college careers after your children were grown, or some after they had children of their own. And for you, this ceremony is much more than just a commencement. It is a celebration of your service and a testament to your resilience. Winston Churchill said, "We make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give." Now, for many of you, your native homes and families were far away from here. For some of you, you succeeded in classes that were taught in other than your native languages. For many of you, you're the first in your family to navigate your way through college, trailblazing a path for generations to come. And so for you, this ceremony is much more than a commencement. It's a celebration of your leadership and a testament to your resilience. John Maxwell said, "A leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way." Now, many of you overcame significant self-doubts and anxieties before and/or perhaps during your time as a Wake Tech student. Some of you had a previous try at college. Others of you overcame a mistake or a misstep in life a misstep in life that you neither let define you or hold you down. Now, William just told his story of overcoming initial doubts and anxieties on his road to being named Outstanding Student of the Year at Wake Tech, a student body president. And he said just now in his graduation speech, behind each achievement were sleepless nights, unanswered questions, and demanding assignments. Yet, every challenge conquered only sweetened the fruits of his labor. I'm sure that was the same for you. And for each of you, like William, this ceremony is more than a commencement. It's a celebration of your persistence, a testament to your resilience. Nelson Mandela said, "The greatest glory in living lies not in never failing, but in rising every time we fall." Now, I'm admittedly biased. I've always believed that Wake Tech students and community college students are very special people. I often refer to you as our heroes in the hallways, because so many of you have not just blossomed as college students during your time with us, but so many of you have shed concrete along the way. And I have to admit, that poem I mentioned, Tupac Shakur's poem, "The Rose That Grew Out of Concrete," I struggle with the very last line, where it says, "when no one else cared." The reason being today is because sitting behind you is one of the most talented and committed group of faculty that any college or any student body could be fortunate to have as teachers. And as talented as they are, what truly separates them from others has been their commitment to you and how much they do care. When you entered this celebration today, you were greeted by remarkable Wake Tech staff who represent just a few of the committed people who have helped navigate, encourage, facilitate your journey to today. Now at Wake Tech, we talk about care teams, we have care centers, TLCs. Care is represented in the student services at Wake Tech, our names, but at Wake Tech, care is much more than just a name. And what has separated these people who worked with you throughout your time and here today. What separates them is their commitment to you and how much they have cared. And finally, very few of you, if any, came here alone today. Family and friends surround you at this time, here in Conlin Hall, watching online, joining you in spirit in places around the world and beyond. They believed in you when you lacked self-confidence. They encouraged you when you wanted to stop. And they sacrificed with you all along the way, even though your diploma will only bear your name today. Now, theirs is a special type of joy because while they won't walk across this stage with you, they have walked with you each step up to this stage. And what really separates them from all others in your lives is their commitment to you and how much they truly care. But now it's time to cross the stage. These last steps are all yours. This moment is all about you, so soak it up. Celebrate yourself and let your loved ones gush over you and fuss over you for the rest of the day. Heck, let them do it for the rest of the week if they will. This very next moment, what is the most important moment in the graduation ceremony, it is a commencement, and it marks a new transition in your life. But even more so, this moment in this Wake Tech graduation is a celebration of all that you've accomplished and the adversities you've overcome to cross this stage. And for that reason, this next part of our ceremony is a beautiful one and a breathtaking one as well. So congratulations, Wake Tech graduates. We are very, very proud of you. Now, on stage with me today are the provost and academic deans of the divisions for which you are all graduating. Our provost and deans, with the recommendation of the faculty, many of whom are sitting behind you now, are here to help oversee the conferring of your degrees and diplomas. And I'd like to ask them to stand as I say their names. Actually, we have one provost because he's playing double duty right now. Our provost for biotechnologies, engineering, skilled trades, and information technology and business. And two campuses, Chad Ray is here. Where's Chad? Please stand. Thank you, Chad. And he is joined by our Dean, Cindy Luttrell of Information Technology. Cindy, and Dean Al Brewer of our Engineering and Trades areas. Thanks to each of you and the members of the faculty for being here today. And now as we move to this next, as I said, most important part of the graduation ceremony, I apologize to you that for the first time in 20 years, I will not be shaking graduates' hands today. I'm still recovering from an arm injury and surgery a few weeks ago. So while I may not be shaking your right hand today, and congratulations, please know that I am shaking hands in spirit today. I have yet to drop a diploma, but if it does happen in this graduation, just have a little grace for me because I'm working on a new one-handed handoff move this time. So, but it's gonna work great. And again, this is the moment that we've all been waiting for. This is your moment to cross the stage. So now I would like to ask our Executive Vice President, Dr. Nicole Reeves, and Provost Ray to help me and award the degrees.
Dr. Rawls, on behalf of the faculty, deans, and provosts from the academic divisions represented at this ceremony, I am excited to present our graduation candidates. The provost, academic deans, and I affirm to you and the Board of Trustees that the candidates have met or have pending all requirements for their diplomas or degrees. At this time, I invite the marshals to conduct the candidates for graduation to the stage.
William Alfredo Guevara. Nicholas J. Manning. Dua Nafiz Mustafa. Savannah Kirkland. Ismail Deshante Marks. Umar Ali Nafiz. Maylene Gabriela Paulino. Latoya Patrice O'Neill. Daniel Joel Byler. Evgenia Bellman. Crystal Bell. Ivy Amelia Iverson. Diana Iveta Cervantes. Emily Edoghogo Uwabor. Raina Edwards. Wesley Sylvester Porras Hines. Griselda Lopez. Crystal Noel Young. Jamie Knight. Camila Maria Tamayo. Dylan Davis. Dylan Arthur Lemire. Barak E. Kabeda. James Matthew Beard. Elijah Amir Dixon. Kelvin Dow Tyler. Tyler John Collins. Eric Michael Lang. Uma Shrestha. Jason Philip Christopher Graff. Emmanuel Roman Martinez. Jordan Blanks. Justin Jeremy Ochoa. Nikija Shaye Panet. Takesha Lena Gauta. Isaiah Devin Knight. Janae Alexandria Penny. Melia Danielle Dalton. Rizlane Rachidi. Diana Cervantes Herrera. Emily Autumn Blanchard. Michelle Nicole de Lima. Ethan Thomas Bevier. Brian Patrick Kriz. Olivia M. McNamara. Isaac Nathaniel Hart. Xavier Tyshawn Wilson. Siobhan Spain. Ronald Leon Robinson. Cheval Akio Batts. Elizabeth May McClure. Megan Taylor Yarborough. Andy Nicole Judd. Drew Allison Lewis. Eleanor Rose Smith. Cheryl Stack Ellington. Abigail Rose Oakley. Zenaida Lee Villanueva. Peter Joseph Kalechi Chukwu. Ethan Jiraki Charnovas. Jeremy Tremaine Parker. Cameron Smith. Safa Hussein. Armesia Bryant. Marvin Bolislas Sibelius. Abigail Faith Adcock. Natalie Maximoff. Andrew Y. Green. Fatima Pamela Lopez Paniagua. Rocio Carolina Quirino Alvarez. Ariel Rutenberg. Robert Matthew Probstfield. Fatima Baena. Jose Guadalupe Ayala. Bryce Alexander Wellman. Samantha Iracema Gomez Guillen. Tejan Amir Porter. Gabriel Oliveira. Joshua Abraham Nahara. Born Malik Sanders. James Maurice Porter. Michael Ralph Red. Christopher Gerard Horstman. Nathaniel Adrian Massengill. Bryce Scott Teller. Lanice DeVerne Thompson. Lanice DeVerne Thompson. Lanice DeVerne Thompson. Mona Devon Jai. Grace Tannen. Reena Shrestha. Fernando Nuquez. Jose Daniel Mendoza Neri. Drew Garrett Rank. Francine Sophia Price. Joseph Richard Inman. Carlos Eduardo Huapaya Ceballos. Dave Jr. Nolan Thomas. Antoine Lamont Bynum. Marielle Nunez. Kirthik Krishnan Iyer. Braden Matthew Wylam. Christian Anthony Abreu. Cole Patrick Hunt. Ader Lee Santana. Jose Arosio. Addison Sky St. Pierre. Michelle Pham. Sarah Price. Esther Perez. Awa John. Magda Rofael. Annie Dixon. Luis Mario Ramos Garcia. Arlie Giovanni Zamora. Bradley David Huntoon. Andrew M. Cook. William Chadwick Nelson. Kimberly June Horvath. Kareem Alaridi. Juan Francisco Martinez Mil. Ivan Galdames Rubio. Jesse Misael Zaragoza. Michael Adonis Rivera Ortiz. Kemble Shamika Foreman. Jessica Miller. Alexis Rose Barsotti. Ricardo Rodriguez Roblero. Amanda Provenzano. LaJohn Terrell Wallace. Caleb Shekon Brown. Leah Faith Carell. Imani Haskell. Adrian Araujo. Naziah Tanae Fields. Emily Ann Huff. Catherine McNew Hawk. Jalen Michael Chavis. William Jacob Dixon. Brian Charles Nelson. Jason Thomas Bartus. Cristal Esperanza. Sebastian Alexander Leonard. Kul Raj Sedai. Erica Bobbitt. Warren Schuyler Brannon McLean. Maria Marsolino. Bradley Allen Robinson. Kayshawn Wright. Glody Bunkil Esekola. Dia Lavette Wanzo. Michaela Tamara Vick. Eric Gregory Myers. Julian Serrano Perez. Miriam Alondra Gallegos Aguilar. William Javier Soto. Eric D. Hagen. Devin Todd McLaughlin. Angel Daniel Quintero. Terry Leigh Wiggins. Theo Montgomery Boucher. Andrian Enrique Santiago. Isaac Alfredo Litardo. Sylvia Kapenosen Ogunjobi. Ben Farai Membere. Elizabeth A. McLeod. Bradley George Nelson. Luke Ellis Bowen. Rebecca Carol Edwards. Adam George Thiessen. Juliana Alyssa Rayner. Tyler Rayshon McCoy. Julie Ann Sugar. Jose Luis Perez Ramirez. Mossab S. Abdallah. Mashika Dominique Dixon Carr. Melissa Gail Chandler. Charity Laverne Batchelor. Evan Murray Wheeler. Francisco Gregorio Martinez Rodriguez. Jimmy Sergio Chavez Perez. Alec Michael Gandini. Mason Christopher Kane. Erika Cozart. Joshua Sessler. Daniel Wahid Jackson. Joshua Ryan Morris. Layla Marie Schroff. Emma Lee Walls. Bertha T. Freyer. Caitlin Marie Gray. Kendall Jane Krespak. Alexander Victor Golub. Cameron Joseph Major. Timothy Kakaire Nyanga. Sydney Grace Wisniewski. Ansley Jolie Bishop. Andrew James Lipin. Dylan Scott Coliander. Kurt O'Neill Cooper. Theodore L. Moody. Jabran Muhammad Shahzad. Michael Angelo Renegado Steinbach. Dominic Michael Kist. Logan Scott Sessler. Andrew Frederick Mosher. Edgar M. Monroy. Benjamin Thomas Horlbeck. Nathan Gray Yardley. Willie M. Chambers. And Nurod Bill Patrakar. Walid Mayur. Alicia Green Massey. Christine Willis. Dereje Derese Aredo. Richard Yeda Londola. Amber Elizabeth Fye. Thomas Michael Cashwell. Taylor Rock Shontra. Madison Morris. Alexis Antonio Villagres. G. Sean Malachi Cooper. Maria Paula Davila. Patricia Elaine Wilson. Jessica Laytrail Williams. Taylor Marie Merritt. Flynn Sidney Campbell Cooper. Jackson Lozano. Lyric Lucas. Anna Elizabeth Hobbit. William Jackson Marlowe. Edward Arrington Wilson. Aaron Thomas Jones. Geraldine Vivas Lopez. Luis Omar Elizalde. John Lee No. Judah Charity Cogdell. Calvin Haddon Jones. Eric Matthew Anderson. Cole Jacob Kiesler. Luis David Ortiz Flores. Herman G. Tant. Chelsea Helen Worster. Emily Lauren Hicks. Heather Marie Loke. Diana Lomeli Juarez. Danielle Nicole Slade. Dashay Daryl Yvette Oliver. Vania Mercedes Llerena Mesones. Pilar Andrade Rosalino. Priscilla A. Brewington.
Will all the candidates please rise for the conferring of your degrees and diplomas? Oh, hang on just a second. Wait. All right, wait a second. It's not official yet. But now we're going to make it official, okay? Under the authority vested in me by the trustees of Wake Technical Community College, by the statutes of North Carolina, and by the North Carolina State Board of Community Colleges, it is my privilege, alongside our distinguished Board of Trustees, to award these diplomas and degrees to the candidates as presented. Graduates, you may turn your tassels from right to left. Congratulations! Now it's official.
Families and friends, we kindly request that you remain in your seats until the conclusion of the graduation recessional. After the graduates exit, you may exit the gym through the back doors and reunite with your graduate at the front of the building. Thank you for supporting our graduates today.